Hey, good morning, Lotto Fridays. If you stick with me through this entire live stream, not only will I explain lottery plays, but I'm going to talk about the two 100% return winners that I gave out the previous 2 Mondays. So please make sure you join me on Monday morning. Remember, my main goal here is to make you money. So, how? 2 Mondays ago, the play was gold. I spoke about two positions I was looking to enter. I was giving you entry. The positions returned 150 and 188%. This past Monday, I spoke about American Airlines. I made a short YouTube video, $55 calls. I was in early, $1.18. My exit was $2.30. Where did it go yesterday? $2.40. Could go higher today. It did consolidate. So join me one Monday for next week's banger. We can talk about what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I told everybody pre-market and on Discord, and I'll show you guys pretty quickly. Might as well just share that with you. Let's just find it. Boom, boom. Okay, here we go. I'll share it here. Boom, there it is. Okay, so Discord, I shared it. I spoke about it pre-market. I said bull case scenario. Now, bull case scenario didn't happen yesterday, but remember, I am a bear. Bull case scenario dipped to 452.60, fade higher 4 points to 456. That didn't happen. Bear case scenario, market gets bought up on open to 455 and then drops to 451. That's exactly what happened yesterday. Let's talk about what I talked about yesterday. When the market looked like it was rebounding right here, 10:49, 10:50 a.m., I mentioned that I would watch the VWAP and it would probably reject VWAP, and that's exactly what we saw yesterday. Again, here it is, VWAP. We rejected it. It came in right here over 454 and change. Gave an important update. I mentioned those $55 calls that again I mentioned, and I thought we were going down to 451. We did 451.71. No, we went even lower, 451. 44. So I'm going to talk about today's ranges as well. I'm not the perfect trader. So I shared yesterday as well. I was in NVIDIA puts, right? NVIDIA puts, I was in it $550. I sold at $620. This was the day of my daughter's birthday. I made a quick $70. NVIDIA tanked yesterday. Those same options went up to $1,800 per contract, 200% return. Again, here are the Starbucks calls that I mentioned. I was in at $53. I was looking to get out. Now, let me just go in the right direction here because there are some lessons. As I was in Starbucks calls, right? Starbucks was right here. That's when I sold. Yes, Starbucks went up to 102 and change. Why? Because Amazon was dropping. So I said to myself, if the market continues to get beat, Starbucks has to come back. If the market pops and rebounds, Starbucks will be fine. Risk versus reward, it was better for me to take profit. Yeah, they continue to go up. Then I went into some Affirm calls and I was like, wait. These Affirm calls went as low as $25 per contract. Now they're up at 63. They're up over 100%. Why did I jump in? So I jumped in, I jumped out. These went to 77 and then retracted all the way to 40. So again, it's about saving yourself money, saving yourself decisions. All right, with that said, let's get talking about today. Let's talk about what's happening today. The other plays I made, I was in some Roblox puts, some SPY puts, Starbucks calls, UAL calls. Again, it was mixed. The flow sum of the XPX and the SPY to end yesterday, just to show you. I mean, we're like weighted probably, let's see, 3-1 on puts and 2-1 on puts. So understand, and the market end of day, again, you could use the flow and algorithm. What do you see? Net premiums for puts on the SPY spiked right at the end of the day. So if you think that selling is over and you see us gapping up a little this morning, I would suggest be cautious. Be cautious. Remember, I'm here to not only make you money, but I guess I'm here to save you money. I spoke about lotto options. Lotto options do not mean that you hop in at 9:30 when the market opens. Again, stick with me a couple more minutes. I'm going to bring up the stocks that I'm looking to trade today, a few bullish, a few bearish. I'll give you my market scenario, and that way you can see how it plays out at 10:30. If it's following the bullish scenario, you can be like, okay, I'm waiting on the next dip. I'm going to buy calls. If you're following the bearish scenario like yesterday did, you could wait for that 455 spike, buy puts, and boom, 451.44 we saw. Okay, so what else? We have now, here it is, 1.13 trillion notional SPX and SPY contracts are expiring today, okay? Record $2.4 trillion in options will expire today, okay? So 1.3 trillion of SPY and SPX, which is the S&P 500 contracts, will expire. And then you have another 1.1 trillion on contracts for other related derivative stocks, et cetera, et cetera. That's crazy. Expect some volatility. All right, next current weighted averages of the NASDAQ 100. Now, I mentioned there's going to be a reweighting or a reshuffling by July 24th or on July 24th. So understand NASDAQ 100 companies, right? Microsoft makes up 13%, Apple 12, Nvidia 7.5, Google 7.1, Amazon 6.7, Tesla 4.5. So the NASDAQ 100 has 6 stocks that contribute 50%, and the other 94 stocks, right, because it's 100 stocks, make up the other 50%. That's why there has to be a reweighting of the averages. That way, one stock can't take down the whole average for the NASDAQ 100, et cetera, et cetera. I showed you how today ended. I think I'm almost up to my prediction level. I almost went into some Delta calls yesterday, and then I looked. You know what I see? Premiums are spiking for puts. Calls are under the 0 level, and the price was spiking towards the end of the day. So I said to myself, dude, safety, man. You don't want to be in something that the algorithms are telling you. It's completely counter to what your belief is. And Delta went up 20 cents or 26 cents from there to close the day. But again, you know, better to be safe, better to make sure the flow and algorithms are on your side. Okay, that was my Nvidia contract. Again, I am not the best trader, but I have the best strategy or some of the best strategies. I can see inflow, I can see patterns forming, and I want to share them with you. So please, if you have any questions about any of your plays, ask them on the side. If not, we're going to get into SPY predictions for today. Okay, so the SPY closed at 452 yesterday. Right now, we're 454 pre-market. Okay, so what do I like to do? Well, I like to check out the flow and algos room to see where the dark pool levels are. I haven't spoken about them, but I still look at them every day. So understand, if you are on our Discord, soc-platform.com, then you can do the same thing. So let's just go back, see what everybody else is checking out. Dark pool levels for Apple, no interest there. I will check out the dark pool levels for the SPY, and I will gauge my SPY range today. Okay, so first I go to the side and I say, okay, each level goes up by $2.25. How do I know that? I did the math. This minus this is 225. This plus this 225, right? 454. So we're at 452.18. We're at 454 pre-market. There's a large level here, a smaller level above. So what does that say? Bull case scenario. Okay, this is your bull case scenario for today. Your bull case scenario is the level at 456, the dark pool level, is so freaking small that if we go past that level and we're already 454, then we will hit 457 this morning. 458 maybe. Okay, so again, bull case scenario, you're going to see a major move upwards today. I don't see that happening because, again, market flow told me the complete opposite. It looked a little bearish to me, but I'll give you your bull case scenario first. Bull case scenario is we're at 454. We break through that 456 level, and we're going to see 457.55, something like that, right below 458. That's your bull case. I am not a bull today, okay? I haven't decided if I'm a bear today, but I lean that way. So my bear case scenario is, shit, we're gapping up. What do I like to do? When we gap up, I like to fade that. When we gap down, sometimes I like to buy that. Remember, buying the dip. So we're going to enter or start off the day at 454. That's where the SPY is pre-market. Maybe it went a little higher. Let's just see. I'll pull up a 15-minute chart, which should give me 454.22. Okay. So I know, and I'm looking back at the chart, that 456 and change rejected. So I say to myself, okay, bear case scenario, we're already up to 454 and change. We close at 452. It's likely we can go up another 2 points. So 456.50. If that rejects, I think we're going to see the same ranges that we saw yesterday. Meaning, if 456 rejects, I'm going to take and say that we follow yesterday's pattern. And if we're a little higher than yesterday, because yesterday's was 455 on top, so we're a point higher and we reject there, then it's likely instead of 451, we see 452. Okay, which is exactly where we closed yesterday. So there's a good chance we start out 0.5% higher. We go all the way up to 1% higher. We're at 456 and change. And then at some point during the day, low volume or not, we spike down 2 points and spike down another 2 points. And we're right back where we closed yesterday. So people say, oh, what a terrible day, man. 452, the shit went down. No, 452 is where we closed on Thursday. So if we gap up 0.5 point, right? 454 and change, right? A whole 2 points. And the market gets bought up on open. So we're at 456 and we reject and see a single top, a double top, maybe even a triple top. That'll tell me, okay, Matt, look at volume. It's not breaking through this level. If I understand the market's not breaking through the level, what do? I exit my calls. I get into puts, okay? Or if I'm not in anything, I just get into puts. Again, I like to wait until at least 10:30. I like to wait and let the market develop. Now, why didn't I wait yesterday? And again, another way that I trade. I looked at market net flow about 7 minutes into the day yesterday. It was still bullish carrying over from the day before. So I said, I'm going to buy the dip. That is why I bought Starbucks, because the day before that, when the market was struggling, Starbucks was holding its own. So I said, okay, Starbucks has some support. So that's my entire strategy yesterday. So my entire strategy today is, holy shit, we're gapping up. Market net flow turned bearish to end the day. So maybe that gap up is fake. Be cautious. So if I check the market net flow 10 minutes into the trading day, or 30 minutes in, or 20 minutes in, and it still looks bearish to me, meaning put premiums are higher than call premiums, and the stock prices or the SPY price is still going up. Again, we're at 454 pre-market, up 0.5%, right? If we go another 2 points to 456, that's where we rejected a few days ago. That's where I would look for us to reject. Dark pool level is really small, so if we smash through there, you're looking at 458. Crazy bullish day. That's your bull case scenario. I'm a bear, so I could definitely see the market running out of open, because that's what it tends to do, and then selling off, and then selling off, and then selling off, and fading the entire day. So those are my scenarios. I talked about lottery plays. So let me explain a lottery play. Your bull case scenario lottery play is, here's what you say. You say, I'm a bull. The market's going to dip, and it's going to go higher. I'm going to give you my bear case as well. You say something like Netflix was beat up. It's going to rebound. It was down at 434. It's at 437 pre-market. I'm going to let the market start out. Hopefully it goes to 432, 433. At that point, I think the Qs will be strong today. And I think Netflix will finish over 440, maybe 444, something to that extent. So you buy the 440 calls, and you're looking to pay, relatively nothing, $20 per contract, $30, $40, $50 contract, whatever it is. And if you're right, you're going to get an 8-to-1 return on that. All right, that's your bull case scenario. Bear case scenario, and then I'll talk about some specific plays. Bear case scenario is, you say, Matt said the market's going to 456, going to reject and go back to 452, lose a full 1% and go back to where we closed yesterday. So then you look at what could be ripping out of the gate. I don't know if it's Coin or Rivian or something like that, Neo, whatever's ripping out of the gate. You say to yourself, once it rejects, I'm looking to get into puts in that. I might look at something like Upstart, okay? Again, Upstart had demand. It's kind of a meme stock. They don't really do very much. Yesterday was finally selling day, so it was a consolidation. Well, today could start green. Again, Upstart pre-market is up 1.82% at $56.40. So I would say, okay, if Upstart gets bought out of the gate, I'm going to wait till I see at least 2 5-minute rejection lines. So it could go up to $60, $61. If I see it reject twice and I think the market's going down later in the afternoon, that's a perfect time for my lottos. I see Upstart reject. The SPY sitting at 456.50. I expect it to go back down to 452 and change, right? So my lottery play would be like puts at that moment. Okay, so again, I'm going to talk about different stocks. I've got Sirius top of my watch list. Why? Because it squeezed yesterday, made 42%. It's down 8% this morning. I don't know enough about the squeeze, how many shares are outstanding, how many shares are short, for me to actually play this. Could it squeeze harder and go up another 2 points today to $9 and change? Sure. Could it easily drop back to the $5.60 level? Sure. So it's on my watch list because it interests me, but I don't have a play on that. Let's remember my play, one of my plays was Carvana that returned 500%. Remember, Carvana had the $50 calls when the stock was like $29. I said, no way is it going to $50. It went to like $60 pre-market, a couple of mornings. With that said, I'm pretty sure they sold their calls that expire today. So Carvana, I would have to go out and see what are the open contracts. You can use the flow sum in the algos to see that, but Carvana might be a play. Again, Upstart up 2%, Rivian's up 2.3%, Palantir. So I would watch NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been selling off. AMD has been consolidating. So I would look again about 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the day. If I see red days for those two companies, now the stocks could go higher, but if it's an outflow, I say, okay, Palantir, NVIDIA, AMD likely to come down. If I see inflow, I might look at something like AI or even Palantir again, because they're more spec AI plays. So if AI is being bought up today, I might say Those are my 2 lotto plays. If those become my lotto plays, then I'm going to wait for a dip and then hopefully a rip higher. That's how you play a lottery. You don't just hop in at 9:30 a.m. You have a strategy. Okay, I'm long, or I want to be long this stock, Palantir. However, I'm not getting it at $17.40 when it was $17.13 to close, down 5% yesterday. I'm going to look for a drop out of the gate to $17.21, and that'll be my entry point, and then I expect $18 today. That's something like that. However, again, I'm not bullish on any of these stocks. I'm a wait and see guy. So I'm just giving you a scenario. The same is true. Say you want to be a bear in Palantir. You're like, okay, it's going to spike to 1752 out of the gate. At 1752, I'm going to buy puts. Very, very risky because you're saying it can't spike even higher. What if it goes to 18 and then comes back and you got it at 1762? Point is, this thing could go red on the day. It was down 5% yesterday. Let's just say it drops 2% today, 34 cents. You're talking about $16.68. If you get into $17 puts and it goes to $16.68, those are worth $32. But if you get into the $17 puts as it's spiking this morning to $17.62, let's say that's the top, you're going to get a $5 contract. $5, it's going to be worth $34. That's a 600% move. So there's a bear case scenario. Again, how you trade, again, you have to see whether you think it's going to be bullish or bearish. You have to look at the SPY and say, okay, well, here's your SPY, right? Here's your SPY 1 month. You don't see any red outflow lines consecutively. So I'd say, okay, if you're going to follow the pattern, then they're going to buy the dip because today's going to be an inflow day. It's going to turn higher, and that's how the market's starting out. And if that's the case, you're going to see SPY 457, 458. Okay, that's an extreme bull case scenario. Me, I'm a bear, and I say even if it starts out green, if it turns red and consolidates, then we can go right back to this level of $448, $449 in the next 2 days, something like that. We could see 450 today. Again, the market is gapping up, so I'd be careful. Okay. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, water sliding man. Yeah, that's what we did for my daughter's birthday. Do you have any other types of options, such as a straddle, iron, condors, verticals? No, I heard you talking about Discord yesterday, and you were talking about your vertical option spreads and how you made $1,000 yesterday. And I think that's great. If you understand vertical option spreads or straddles and things of that nature, that's great. I am more of like a limit my risk, limit my activity, keep it simple. And I'm a more of a, naked options player. With that said, please understand, I made a video yesterday on YouTube. It was a pre-recorded video. You should go back. There are 4 lessons. The most important lesson, I'm going to repeat it this morning for everybody that's still here, is just stop doing stupid shit. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So stop doing stupid shit. Now, that could mean trading between 9:30 and 10 a.m. because you keep losing. All your afternoon or late morning trades are good. All your morning trades suck and you always jump on the wrong side. Or you buy 10 contracts at a time, and when your option contract or the value goes down, you're like, man, I wish I had more money to buy an additional 10 contracts to cut my average total cost or my average cost in half. So stop doing stupid shit. Stop buying the 10 contracts and spending all your money to start out a trade. Okay, when you start out a trade, instead of starting out buying one contract, let's say you're a lot smarter, you only buy one contract to start. Instead of buying one contract, put it on your watch list. When it shoots down 10%, you're like, I would be down 11.83%. Buy your one contract. In fact, buy 4 contracts. If that goes down another 11% and you still like your strategy and believe you will be correct, then you could buy 6 more there. So what did you do? You just saved 10% and another 10%, and now your average total cost, you're down 4% instead of being down 18 or 20% to start a trade. So stop doing stupid shit. Again, 2 Mondays ago, I gave out gold. This Monday, I gave out United Airlines, both 100% gainers. If you want to hear what I'm going to say on Monday, join me 8:30 Monday morning. Gave you my SPY predictions today. Yesterday, I was on point. So far, my last 18 trades, 17 victories, 1 loss. Yes, I do paper hand a lot of trades because I'm not the best freaking trader, but I have great strategy, great insight, and that's how I'm here to help you. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'll see everybody later. Have a safe weekend.